Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Sammy. There's no denying this is the best state Path of Exile 2 has ever been in. I don't think I would get too much resistance with that comment. Actually, if I were to poll all of you, I would bet the majority of you would say this is the most funnest you've had in the game, and this is the most enjoyable time that you've had with Path of Exile 2. If you're one like myself that's been here since the beginning. If you guys know my content, you know I take a more different approach when it comes to my content. And that is, I like to think about the what's, the how's, the why's of the game. So I started thinking, man, this game is so good right now. It just is crazy how they turned it around so quickly. In the process, they've added so much content. It got me thinking, are they alienating a certain portion of the player base? Now, before I get into this discussion, I want to state the following and prevent anyone already going to the comments section and typing, "What the hell are you talking about? This is what we've been asking for." So, I want to state I want to state my opinion on this. Number one, I am a proponent of more than less when it comes to content. Number two, this is by far the best patch Grinding Gear Games has ever given Path of Exile 2. Number three, this is the most fun I've had in Path of Exile 2. Not grinding, not playtime, the most fun. And this is why I play video games, amongst other reasons, but I'm actually having fun. I actually look forward to turning the game on and embarking on whatever goal I have for that day. I'm having fun. And the most important thing I want to say before I get into the discussion of whether or not they are alienating a part of the player base with the amount of content they're getting, I do want to say I believe that Grinding Gear Games is on the right track. I actually think Path of Exile 2 is this far away, if not already there, the best ARPG currently in the genre. I just trying to I'm failing at trying to come up with a comparative to what can compete with Path of Exile 2. Not only from a fun factor, but from a content factor. So, I am happy with Path of Exile 2. I am not a proponent of, I think they're alienating a part of the player base. I think they're on the right track. But it does bode the question, is this too much? So, let's get to it. So, Grinding Gear Games, they're doing a hell of a job. And like I said in the beginning, I don't think you're going to find too many people that are going to be against that comment. And you know a game is doing good when you go to Reddit, the cesspool of comments. No disrespect to people that live there or in there, but typically when a league is bad, it's very evident. You're always going to have complaints. You're always going to have noise. But when the narrative changes from the complaining and noise and the game is missing this, they need to do that, we need more of the end game, all that kind of noise. When you go to Reddit and predominantly everything is about crafting, everything is about what's the best grinding mechanic, is this a good item? And every once in a while you'll get a comment that is negative, and here you go, is this worth crafting on? Undiscovered ruin shape combinations, I just made this ring, how much would it sell for? We still haven't gotten to a negative comment, by the way. What's the next biggest needle mover for ice shot? I guess I'm not going in. Like, it's about the game. It's about how can I improve my return on investment? How can I improve this craft? It's more about that. Now, eventually we are going to hit something negative. And this one is actually a legitimate one. The elephant in the room, the vibe coded graphics engine of PoE 2, which personally, to me, is the biggest problem right now with Path of Exile 2. Now, don't get me wrong. There's always improvements to be made in a video game, but by far the performance of Path of Exile 2, it just looks like it's just getting worse and worse. And this gentleman brings up a very good point about just the performance of Path of Exile 2. But my point is, you can scroll this and it is all good. It's about mechanics. It's about how to craft. It's about how to make a more efficient play. Like, it's just on and on and on. And that leads me to my next point, where look at these charts for 0.5. Here's when the game dropped almost 400K. And typically in a league, this would be a sharp decline. That's how it's been in the past for Path of Exile 2. But in 0.5, again, further proof that this league is a banger and a huge W and is being so much enjoyed by players. Look how consistent they maintain to stay above 200. And it's not just until recently that they have dipped below. But again, up and down, up and down, up and down. Players are staying and playing the game. Now, I do want to say, no ARPG, and the developers themselves would say this, no ARPG is going to have players stay and play the whole league, okay? So let's say the cadence is 3 months. No ARPG expects their players to stay the full 3 months. Typically, we will see a drop off the third week, 1 month. If you can maintain a good, healthy player base for that long, I personally think that's a good league. What I think is important for ARPGs is that you want players to come back and stay consistently for at least 3 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks, consistently. They play, they get what they want out of the league. That may be one character, that might be 2 or 3. They try all the content, they're happy, they had fun, and they go play another game. But you want them to come back the next league. To me, that's a good sign. So I will be looking out for this consistency every league moving forward. And in the future, we'll be able to establish whether or not Grinding Gear Games is actually doing a good job with Path of Exile 2. But this is very healthy. We have not seen this in any other league. Look at these steep, quick drop-offs in other patches. This is a first for Grinding Gear Games, and it's a good one. That is very consistent. So this leads me to applause for Grinding Gear Games and a huge W. And I just wanted to get this out of the way to show I don't think anyone would argue that 0.5 has been a massive success. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is the amount of time 0.5 and the content entailed in it involves the players to invest into the game. Now, depending on where, now there are different levels of players. There's the Giga Chads, the 16, 18 hour a day player who in 3 days has finished the end game and is probably going on to a second character in the league, while the rest of us have just gotten to end game, and some of us are still in the campaign, depending on where you are as far as how much time you can play the game and how fast you are with the game. I personally take anywhere from 20 to 30 hours just for the campaign. I'm not a fast leveler. It's not that I don't enjoy to level fast, but when a new league comes, I kind of want to smell the roses. I do go as fast as I can, but I also want to enjoy the experience. It's the only time I'm going to have the first playthrough of a new league. And 05 was a massive league. So I wanted to smell the roses. Now, I kind of take a hybrid approach. I want to smell the roses, but I also want to get to the end game because that's where shit starts happening. But some people take 50 hours, 60 hours just to finish the campaign. I don't know. We don't have these stats. So there's a huge separation between the people that can invest all that time and the people that are just slow. Now, that's just to get to the end game. And in 05, with 5 new quest items, pinnacle bosses, all the shebang, some people are speculating there's about 100 to 200 more hours to complete the campaign. Okay? So, if you kind of spitball the content that is in the game right now, 0.5, if GGG does not make any modifications, and this is the process from A to Z for grinding for Path of Exile 2, sorry. What does that mean for the average player? So let's just say 40 hours, 30, 40 hours to complete the campaign, 200 hours to do the end game, okay? Let's make him a little giga chatter. Let's say he only does 150 hours, okay? You're looking at a couple of 100 hours to finish the content in the end game. Now, for the people that can invest the time, not a problem. I am not a giga chatter. I'm a hybrid tryharder. So I don't have 18, 19 hours of time every day to play the game, but I stream and I play the game at least 5, 6, 7 hours a day at night. And I live stream. By the way, come and check me out on YouTube and Twitch. You can catch all my live gameplay there. So I'm kind of in the middle, right? I'm not a tryhard, 12, 14, 15, consistently every day. Have that. And that's me. But then you only have, people like to say, the dad gamer, 2 or 3 hours, if that. And what does it do for this section when they look at it and they say, holy crap, I maybe have 10 hours a week? I'm looking at, and a league is 3 months. It's going to take me a month and a half to finish the content, and it's going to be a grind. I don't know if I want to do that. So are they alienating the players that don't have the time? I personally don't think so. Okay, just for the record, I don't think so. But I think it's a question that I want to ponder to you guys, because there's 2 things that I want to state here. Number 1, I don't think they're alienating. Okay. Number 2, I don't believe Grinding Gear Games is going to leave the game the way it is right now. First of all, the interludes are going to disappear, and we're going to get Acts 5 and 6. We've heard Act 6 is the half the length of the other acts in the campaign. Now, what does that mean? We won't know until we see it. But my point is, we're going to get Acts 5 and 6, and the current end game, typically Grinding Gear Games puts more when they introduce something and then they scale it back. So what do I mean by that? This 100 to 200 guesstimate on how long does it take to complete the end game, the 5 quest lines, the pinnacle bosses, completing all your challenges, yada yada, right? People are guesstimating that it's about 200 hours, okay? I personally think Grinding Gear Games is going to condense that. My hope is they don't turn it into like a 30-hour condense. I do want it to still be meaty. But my point is, this is not going to stay as grindy, right? Like as it is right now, is my point. So I think it's going to be players that don't have the time are going to be able to chew on that better than they are looking at it right now and saying, oh my God, you know, they're getting into PoE 1 territory where you need thousands of hours. You know, even players with, I heard it all the time when I started playing Path of Exile. I have 10,000 hours and I'm still learning, you know, in PoE 1. That's why I want to talk about this is I don't want players to get scared that, oh my God, you know, 20, 30, 40 hours for the campaign, maybe more, maybe less, then a couple hundred hours, maybe more, maybe less, depending on your skill set, depending on how much time you have, how fast you go. I don't want players to get scared because if you're just starting out playing Path of Exile 2, or if you're standing on the sidelines waiting for 1.0 because you don't want to fork out the $30, mad respect. I completely get it. No problems. But you're still staying in tune with the game. Don't be scared of what you're seeing right now. Grinding Gear Games always fine-tunes it. And I would also like to tell you, for those of you that are like, nah, man, this is too much, scale it back. I want campaign skip out. Be careful what you ask for. You're going to water the shit down of this game, and it's going to be crap. We don't want that. Personally, in my humble opinion, we want more, and Grinding Gear Games to put more. They just need to fine tune it. And that is the point of this video. I want to, number one, say, if you're watching from the sidelines and you're waiting to get your hands on it until 1.0, don't make your decision until you hear what 1.0 is about. And number two, if you're one of those players, we're what, over just 3 weeks, we're heading into a month of, you know, 0.5 being out, and you just got to the end game, or you're just about to get to the end game, or you're in the campaign, don't worry about it. The only thing that you should consider, like the only thing you need to use to evaluate, are you having fun doing it? Because if you're enjoying it, then who cares if it takes you longer than everybody else? Get FOMO out of your head. It's your game. You go at your speed. And if it takes you twice, 3 times as long as everyone else, who cares? Enjoy the experience. That's all that matters. Now, if you're not having fun, then that's a different conversation. Maybe go play another game. I don't know what to tell you. But I think this is going to change anyway, so don't make a judgment on it. But I do want to end this video by asking you guys this discussion, this question about alienating and having 200-hour end game and a 30 to 50 campaign. No, I don't want to hear about campaign skip. It's not happening. Get it out of your system, boys. Go play D4 if you want a campaign skip. GGG is not going to do it, okay? And nor should they. The campaign is part of the process of your character. That's where you learn. That's where you build. That's where you get the experience for that character. So to remove that would be alienating yourself and getting rid of the experience and joy of creating that character. So I'm not for campaign skip, but I want to hear from you, your thoughts on this topic. What do you think? I want to hear your opinion. Get in there, get in the comment section and let me know. I'm very curious about this question. Now, some of you might say, what the F are you talking about? Who cares? This is such a stupid topic. No, I would argue with you, in my humble opinion, there are players right now that are getting a little antsy because they're either still in the campaign or just got to the end game, and they're looking at everybody farming expedition, and they got 7 mirrors, 5 mage bloods, and they're like, Jesus Murphy, I haven't even touched a map yet. Or they're still trying to get their achievements done. So this is important because Grinding Gear Games is going to be going to the masses at the end of this year. 1.0 is launching before Happy New Year 2027. We're getting 1.0, which means there's no more the requirement to pay $30 for the key. So everybody under the sun that's interested in the game is going to try it. So we are going to have a massive audience. I'm saying it's going to be over 1 million people come 1.0 on the launch. But hey, what am I smoking? But so I think it's an important question to ask, because when you're opening it up to more people, you're opening it up to different play styles, different mindsets, different amount of time that players can commit. So I think it's an important question. Get in the comment section and let me know. And yeah, go ahead. Get in the comment section and tell me I'm useless too. Whatever. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. And if you want to share your experience in 0.5, get in there as well. There's no other way of saying it, the pure joy I'm having with 0.5. I have not stopped playing it. I do have 2 characters already just under 90. Actually, one is 96. My spell totem, my Grim Pillar spell totem Oracle, is the best character I've played in Path of Exile 2. And it's not, I didn't make it. Palstrone made it. And I highly, if you're looking for a fun, clears the board, go check out, look up Palstrom and check out his Grim Totem spell totem. He deserves the credit. What a build. What a build. Palstrom, he is one of, in my experience, he is one of the best build makers in Path of Exile 2. I have tried 3 of his builds. All of them have been huge W's. So, like, if I had half that guy's knowledge, I'd be a much better creator. That is for sure. So anyway, let me know what you're rocking with and how's it going. I would love to hear it. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like the video. And please get in the comment section and put a comment in there. Helps push the video through the YouTube algorithm. And as always, if you really want to support my content, and thank you for those of you that do, hit the sub button. It's the best way to support it. We're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it warms my heart. Thank you, guys. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, hit the sub button and hit the bell notification so when I do drop a video, you get notified. All right, everybody. I got to go back to grinding. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Take care. The opinions expressed in this video are mine and solely mine. Healthy debate is always encouraged. Hate is never welcomed. So get over it.